Well, I needed me some $5 to buy some underwear. But the moral of the story is, I didn't start that fight.
Right.
But it's principle. You don't steal from me.
Right.
I could have been arrested. It could have went another way. She could have had a gun. You know what I'm saying? I don't have to be sitting here right now. But at that point in time, what was important to me was she stole from me. I gave her a chance to pay me back,
which most people wouldn't.
Exactly. So I thought about it.
Right.
So now I'm in trouble because I beat her up. Her mom's like, get up, get her. It's no point because she's on the ground. So you can pick your daughter up. Y'all can limp back down to your house, and I still want my $5.
Did you get $5?
No.
Well,
this is summer break. This is the difference between fighting at home, making the wrong decision essentially, versus fighting in school. So I'm thinking what I done at home, summer break, I can get away with. So here we are in high school. Back home, you don't talk about nobody's mama. Your mama jokes is not what you do. It'll get your butt beat quick.
Right.
I always love my mama.
So this girl, I forgot exactly how we went to start off with, but I said something to her. She said, your mama, and I hit her. When I hit her, she fell through the science glass classroom window and shattered all that. So at this point, now I'm 16. I'm in high school. Right. Whole different ball game this summer break, fighting on my block where I was safe.
Right.
I'm in handcuffs.
Right.
I'm caught downtown. Assault and battery. My mother, they called her. You know what she said? I'm at work. I'll come get her when I get off. What you mean? I was defending your honor. She called you a B. You know, so we go back and forth about this to this day. It's so funny. Like, she like, you know I'm not a B. You never had to do that. I had to go to anger management. I had to give up my Saturday mornings. But I had to sit in jail all day. They gave me something that was supposed to be water. It was tinted brown and one of them sandwiches with that cheese. And it didn't melt. And I didn't eat that. They took my shoelaces, my belt, in case I was suicidal. And I had to sit there on a hard cell with a steel wool blanket. So I made a choice at that point in time. Oh, we ain't coming back here. I don't like this.
Right,
I got marks on my arms from the handcuffs because they was too tight.
Right.
And I had to sit.
Right.
And then I had to give up 4 Saturdays.
Right.
And anger management did not work.
Anger management does not work.
So the moral of the story is I could easily be in an orange jumpsuit. It could have easily been me.
Anger management probably made you angrier.
It did, because they ain't talking to you like you special.
I took anger management too, so I get it. Like, it made me so angry because it's not that I'm angry just for no reason. I'm angry because somebody has done something to me.
Exactly.
So until people address that,
I'm gonna be angry.
Right.
So I said all that to say this. I'm not perfect, but it's survival of the fittest back home. I grew up in a different environment and I didn't want my son, my kids in that environment. So moving down south, we get into the Southern hospitality, how things are supposed to be.
Ooh.
These black men are out here doing stuff for GP.
Right.
To, like you said, impress a girl or to be the roughest, toughest, and I'm walking around with a gun with one bullet in it. And it's for y'all. So I'm confused.
Right. And you really the scared one.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So if we take it to back in the day, if you want to defend yourself, if it's about disrespect, if it's about honor, fight.
Say that.
It is.
Well, don't make it angry.
Yeah, don't make it angry. Because if it didn't go to anger management,
I got a conviction read up in this bitch. I'm about to kill this motherfucker. Excuse me. That's disrespect.
Take it back to we fight. You live to see another day.
Right.
You fight me, I fight you. We get up. We go home. We go our separate ways.
Right.
I still get to live tomorrow, and I'm still free.
Right.
It's not like that anymore.
No.
You have to know who your friends are.
Right.
You have to be careful what fight you choose.
People don't do that. They're not careful about the fights that they choose. And then they can't handle embarrassment. They can't handle humiliation. They can't take a punch. Y'all never understand.
The world
It's
is
a fucking
safe.
punch. Like,
People are scared to get whooped.
Yeah,
So that's why they start carrying guns.
I don't understand.
I don't want to get beat up.
I don't
so
like
I'ma
the fact
carry the
that.
gun.
Hold up, though. I don't like the fact that it ain't that they don't want to fight. Motherfuckers been getting jumped. That's some bullshit.
well, yeah, getting
Yeah,
jumped
you don't
that's
get the
a flag
phase.
on the play right
Yeah,
there.
that's where the guns. That's how I ended up going to the guns because niggas would be like,
I ain't
okay, because
think
I'm
about
fucking
that.
your man up. Y'all
Right.
gonna jump me? Like,
Yeah.
come on, man. I don't
See,
play that jump
But
shit.
back home, it wasn't like that. When I was growing up, if we're fighting one-on-one, it's a circle runners. You got your
I'm not
people
about
out
to-
there. I got my people out there, and ain't nobody jumping in nothing. It's gonna be
Right,
a one-on-one.
Right.
Give me my ones. That meant something back then.
Right.
You didn't. We jump. What?
Right.
Somewhere along the culture, though, that jumping shit, because I see dudes punching girls in the face like they do.
Mm-hmm.
That's a red flag right there in itself. Unless it's your girl is getting jumped by 15. I saw a video the other day with dude, his girl was getting jumped. I don't know who posted that shit. It was one of y'all. But
You good?
he pushed the other girl off his girl. It was three of them. One of them came back up, jumped on his girl. He grabbed the other girl behind the car, picked her up. I guess I'm not a wrestling dude. I just know the lingo. Suplexed,
I don't know.
picked her up and slammed her.
Yeah, so that's not
Very
it shouldn't be
But this
but they was jumping her, so
but it ain't take all that. But here's what I'm saying though. Still. That didn't happen. You either got an aunt, a cousin, a sister,
Yeah,
or
you come back
somebody
with
to
your people.
handle that.
That's right.
Dudes don't fight girls like they dudes.
Mm-mm.
Okay?
Not at all.
No. Fighting a man when you can't win. Watch this. It's embarrassing. It's humiliating. But at the end of the day, if you gave it your best, you fought back.
You still get respect.
Right.
The girl I beat
Right.
up, she got her respect because she got beat up.
Right. But what
She apologized.
but understand.
you said fuck up, apology.
These young kids who can fight, who wins fights, has to deal with it's not over. See that part. It's not over when the fight is over. We come from that era
It's
where
over.
if I beat your ass, nigga go to school together. We walk to school
But it's
together.
not like that. And I can
Right,
tell
right,
you,
right.
even with me being in the next generation,
Right.
if it was a fight in the neighborhood, they was going to school and they was talking about it and they was going to embarrass you.
Right.
They was going to talk shit.
Right.
And they ain't show you no respect.
Right.
Motherfuckers got their ass whooped. And
Right.
they came to school and motherfuckers could not handle.
But that's
humiliation.
what I'm saying. Certain situations call for prolonged violence, right? But not often. If you got the feed and you either lost or won, other people around you respect the effort that you put in. That's how it's supposed to
And you
be.
can ask for a rematch.
Right.
I was
Now I hate somebody brave enough to say, "Well, let me get my ones
Right.
back. I was having a bad day, or
Right,
my neck was
right,
hurting, or I had
right.
stretched my muscle at the gym." You
Right.
know, so
Right. So maybe nigga caught you when you ain't do them 10 push-ups
yeah,
that day,
you
nigga.
can come back.
You
and
know
get
you
your
was
ones back.
winded.
You
You
know,
had a headache and shit.
Yeah,
You know
But
what
hold
I'm
up, though.
saying?
But hold up. This is where
Oh my God.
from my generation of having like PAL, the Police Athletic League, where you could walk into a gym if you didn't know how to fight. There's somebody we slap box yearly.
mm-hmm,
You feel me?
mm-hmm.
We sharpened each other still on the block, on the playground, whenever. Like nobody backs down from that because you can't.
And also, as a woman, I got 3 brothers, so they taught me how to fight.
Right. And, that's
When
how it's supposed
and
to
what's
be.
so crazy is one of my son's friends, my older son's friends, he got to his first fight in high school. You know, these guys, would respect him, whatever. And he like, "Hey, yo, mom, they trying to jump me." So I come out there because their females are trying to get into it. It's 3 guys. It's my son. It's his friend. And he like, mom, he called me mom. They trying to jump us. These girls trying to get in it. But he had respect enough to call me for the women. He wasn't gonna put his hand on a woman. Right. So when I come around the corner, I take my stands. I X everything out. Okay, let the men fight. We get back to the house. He actually won, but he was like, "Oh, my hand hurt. I think my hand broke. Go to the hospital." You know what I'm saying? He in the kitchen like, but that pivot move that you and how you was standing like you like a nigga, and I'm like, that's just how I was taught. You know what I'm saying? So the fact that he picked up and noticed that, you know what I'm saying, is all love and respect, but it's all about how you raise them in what these black men see and what you teach, because he could have been one of the men to hit a woman, but he didn't. He called me, and I had his back. I made sure the fight was fair because that's how it was raised.
Yeah. So they should definitely go back to one-on-one, being shoot your one.
So
me and you one-on-one.
So in closing, I don't know exactly what we accomplished here today, but
we were he's about to be on the floor.
On the side pushing it.
Okay, because baby, hey, I trip. I'm too cool to fall though.
Here's what we need, man. We need to be proactive with our children in the way that, like, come on. I mean, coming from the hood, I don't care. You got dudes who live in apartment complexes claiming that's the hood now. So here's where I'm at with it. It doesn't matter where you are, where you live. Rules are motherfucking rules. Without any rules and parameters, you get what we have today. If you do not like this shit that you see today, you may not be able to save this generation, but save the next one.
Each one teach one.
Exactly.
It takes a village.
We gotta hit the reset button on this shit, because here's where I'm at with it. We've already reached our plan Z. These kids, all that we about to kill somebody shit, but it never came to that. These kids are there. They live this shit for whatever fucked up reason is like it's the way it is. But they're at plan Z. So here's what's scary. What comes after that?
And not only what comes after that, but what happens when you have someone that gets into an altercation with their friend for a friend and really had nothing to do with it or didn't know the whole story. Now that person's dead.
Right.
You got a person dead and the bullets wasn't even meant for them. You got the wrong person. So not only is your life in danger because his people going to retaliate,
Facts.
You got to run from the law. You got to run from his people because now you're the op.
That's the word.
That's the word. Okay. You can't live a successful life. You can't grow and prosper, continue to looking over your shoulder. I've never had to do that. When I walk down the street, even to this moment, I fear no one. I'm not worried about no one hurting me. What's meant to be is going to be, but I don't have no beef with nobody. There may be people that dislike me, and wherever y'all at, stay where y'all at, because I'm still going to sleep and eat good. I don't know, but I don't have to live in fear. And our young black men and some women that want to date, what they call the female gang members? And y'all want to date these men. I'm saying your lives are in danger. Who's going to raise your kids?
Here's the question I have to ask, and you can answer this when you see the video, even if we ain't live. But I've always wondered, when did the value of a life drop with the value of a motherfucking dollar? Because let me explain something to you and why I asked that question. Even though they threw that, you ain't gonna let it be 18-year-old shit on us, right? There are other things in life, if you get the chance to experience it, right? To be on the outside looking in per se. Get your kids out. Send them motherfuckers to camp. Let them see something else. You used to have the upstate kids come down south for the summer. I think it's actually safer to send your kids down south upstate.
But no, because then you got the ones that go up there for 2 weeks and come back with an accent.
Let me explain why I say that. Let me explain why I say that. I'm not talking about the hoods.
Okay.
Okay, why would you send your child somewhere that's worse? No.
Yeah, you can send your child somewhere, but I didn't
not listen, because this is how it goes. You know, wherever you go, somebody got to tell you the rules, or you can't play.
Mm-hmm.
And you're not gonna sit on the sideline for too long. You're gonna figure it out, or they're gonna put you up on game. It's how it always been.
Mm-hmm.
All right.
Or have you a hood tour guide?
Right. But to go upstate now, in certain areas, it's not bad. Just like certain spots down here, it's not bad. But you can't come down here like you kids could go to Carowinds, Adventure Landing. I can't even say the movies because the movie just opened back up. I saw a whole bunch of kids about to fight in front of me and my peoples. Like, I'm sitting up here like, y'all niggas don't see me.
The motherfucker said, man, bring your bitch ass outside. I'm like,
yo.
First time at this theater, bring your bitch ass outside.
Yo. So look, I see it. I fucking see it. And I see how nobody says shit.
Nobody says nothing.
Understand where I'm at with this. So you got babies taking advice from other ignorant motherfuckers their age. Raise your motherfucking kids to not do that. I saw it. I saw how it escalated from listening to they motherfucking peers. Please get your motherfucking kids, your nephews, your cousins, your boyfriend, get them motherfuckers, man.
Hashtag get your kids.
Word, get your kids.
Teach them to not be disrespectful.
Right.
If we talk really to an elder and it got back, by the time I got home, my mama knew.
Right, get your kids.
When I was growing up, my neighbor could whoop my butt on behalf of my mama and tell my mama that she do what she got home if I was doing the wrong thing. My grandmother didn't have to say that. It's a tone and it's a look.
But you know how it is now. Motherfucker be like, don't you put your hands on my child.
Exactly, but that's what's wrong. Because your child may need that. Your child hurt another child.
In your
exactly.
Kids.
Then what?
That's the problem.
You're right.
It was an altercation not too long ago, and it's so sad because a mother was defending her daughter from someone shooting at her, and they both got shot. So now the parents are dying behind the kids. So if somebody's trying to take my kid's life, I'm gonna jump in front of the bullet, right? Because God's design is for my children to live longer than me, not the other way around. No mother wants to bury their child. No mother wants to go see their child behind the glass,
right?
And shackles.
And segueing
that's not what I had them for.
And segueing off of what she just said,
man, me and the church.
Push it in. It's a lot.
I don't. Who unlocked it?
You moving? It's a.
You try to have me fall on the floor, y'all.
All right. So segueing off of what she just said, listen. It's not rocket science. Kids who have learning disabilities were the ones who usually did bad things. Feel me on this. You knew who was a little off. The nigga never came to school, but he in them streets. He might be bigger than everybody else. You already know this nigga on some other shit. You gotta bust this nigga in the head with a brick. You ain't fighting him. Nigga, whole grown ass man out here in the 5th grade with your kids, right? But this is what I'm saying. Look at the shit we used to have to worry about to where we are now. Now it's 10 motherfuckers gonna jump your daughter or your son after school shit, right? Which in turn leads to, I need protection. This is shit is fucking not rocket science, man. I need protection. He can't get it from you, not the kind of protection he needs. You can't even be there to protect him because he has to go to school. right? So imagine that mind state in a young child, and he has a friend who, well, now I ain't even gonna call him a friend. He has an associate that can help him in this situation. Next thing you know, your child done shot 5 motherfucking people. And you wondering where the fuck he get the gun from. Dig that. 18 years is not a long time to be a consistent parent. Let's put that out there. A consistent parent. It's not a long time.
Time it flies by.
18 years is not a long time to invest into your motherfucking kids. Fuck that nigga. Fuck them females that give it up. Man, invest in your motherfucking kids. Talk to them. Know your kid. You got strangers living in your motherfucking house. Know your kids. Know your kids. Keep your kids in their motherfucking places, man. It's not rocket science. Be proactive in your. It ain't about just taking. Look, that signing them up for football. Hey, yo, what I saw the last time my son played football, and the rumblings in the stands from the other parents, it was this boy, this child, a grown man though, because he's bigger than everybody out this bitch. My son little, he ran that nigga over. I fuck with him about that, but that's neither here nor there. But when I act like I'm trying to become a fan of this kid, but I'm looking at the competition. It's like, nigga, you bragging on your son. He bigger than everybody. That's nothing to brag on type shit. You know how we do.
He should be running people over.
Right. But motherfucker said, well, why he ain't in this game? He was on Instagram smoking the blunt, so they suspended him, and now
literally.
Right. Now I can't support this kid the way I started to because there's other shit going on. So it's not to throw him away, but there needs to be some type of proactive approach into his life if that's what he's feeding into. Okay? Hold on. The sign. I'm not. The signs for help from your kids, shit like that. When you find the pictures of him and showing where the fuck he get the gun from. Okay? That is a cry for motherfucking help. And people ignore that shit.
So on the flip side to that, I have 3 that are grown. My son is the oldest. And one thing he said to me that meant a lot to me, so I can start to sleep again and stop pulling my hair out and eat. Mom, it's not your fault.
Right.
You raised me right. I have 3 out of 5 grown, graduated high school on time, early, no children before they finish school. So we broke the generational curse. And at 22, he got into trouble. At 22, 21, 22, he became friends and reconnected with people that he grew up with when he was little. So he said, this not on you, Mom. You raised me to be a man, and I love you. And that meant a lot to me because when everything went down, I never even knew he left the house. And I felt like it was my fault.
Nah, don't do that.
I beat myself up. And that's a hurting feeling as a parent to feel helpless. I don't want no other mother with a son to feel helpless, to know your child is in a place where you can't go get them, right. Whether it be the grave or a jail cell. If you can't get them, that is the worst feeling in the world, and I don't wish it on nobody. And the sad part, back to the case, yes, that young man was 18 and he lost his life. But everybody don't speak on the fact of what was he out there doing.
Right.
He was the weed man. He didn't live with his mother. Backstory, when you look him up, he lived with his grandmother. So he was a troubled teen as well. Not saying it was right, and I wish he was still here and his life didn't get to it. But he was put in a situation where he felt like that's what he had to do to survive. Be there for your kids.
Facts.
Be there for your sons. Selling drugs is not the way. Scamming, robbing people is not the way.
Right.
Why do you think I work 2 jobs? So my kids can have everything. I didn't want my kids to be the kids to be picked on. And he had to have white forces. He had to have Nike cleats. Everything that he needed, he had. Believe that. A cell phone from middle school up. All my children. My 9-year-old now has an iPhone.
Don't say, oh Lord, don't say
Okay, I'm serious. So
that.
it happened after he was an adult. He made his own decisions. It still hurts me, but do everything that you can
Facts.
to save your kid.
Because if you don't, that's selfish as hell. Stop bringing these babies into the world and letting them raise themselves.
Right.
And
I tell them, like, I'm not your friend. I'm
right,
your mama. I love you. We can key, but they know when I switch over.
right. I know from experience of not necessarily having my father there, but I had other men. I had the village. You dig? So I knew right from wrong, and people always was in my ear giving me advice as a young man and giving me game to survive the same shit they had to survive. But that's what I'm getting to. The culture is a little bit different because people are moving away thinking they're better than what they really are. Okay, let me tell you why that's a problem. When you lie and you live a lie, there's nothing true about that. All that is no, you are where you from. Now you can change your situation and let that be that. But that whole acting like you better than this, and like, I know what it's like to be a teenager still. I remember what we did. I know all the pitfalls that got me to this point in my life where I'm wiser. I'm an OG. Let your kids get that. You feel me? Like, they taking lives away like lives don't mean shit. And I ain't even bringing God into the conversation. I'm just speaking in general. It takes time to create these kids. Whether you had a plan for them or not, don't even fucking matter. You need to get one. You need to understand, now I'm in a different playing field as a mother. Okay? If you are raising a black child, it's a little bit different for that man, that child, to grow into a man because of all the obstacles. Now, yeah, we live in a different time where we get more knowledge, but that knowledge means nothing if a motherfucker is not using it. Mm-hmm. So you can't pretend, oh, well, he go to a segregated school. The fuck that mean? We gonna learn, are they teaching black in that school or are they teaching white in that school? Because at the end of the day, our problem is our culture is fucked up. We can't give 2 fucks about what everybody else is doing. And that's the problem. Lashes, weaves, butt injections, titties, makeup, all that fake shit that's consuming your mother.
Because men is taking pump it up pills. You're not just gonna do the women like
and
that.
I'm not, look, Viagra is a godsend.
No,
for
we
some.
talking about pump it up pills.
I don't know nothing about that.
Machines.
That's
it's
one.
Machines.
That's one.
It's machines.
But point being,
I hear you.
get involved.
They also make pocket pussy, so
in
I would never
the
understand that shit.
motherfucking struggle of your life. Stop looking and pointing at the dads because niggas get out unless you put them in the system. The system only takes our men away. Understand that. Like, I respect everybody that's had a child by me and came out and said, I'll never do that to you. Mm-hmm. Never gave them a reason to, but the fact that they said it. Understand the stigma that's put into young girls' minds that, well, if he don't do this, go to the man.
Yeah,
we don't deal, like, come on, man. The system is so janky. Feel me? The system is so janky. We can't win if we have to take from each other. Mm-hmm. This is what they call the crabs in the barrel mentality. Mm-hmm. And you can paint that picture however the fuck you want to. We need to stay out of courts unless we're lawyers, judges, bailiffs.
They set us up to be against one another.
Exactly.
So we cancel each other out.
Exactly.
They want to rule the world
every
and
day.
take everything from us. They want to take our dress. They want to take our hair ideas. They want to take our attitude. They want to take our walk. They want to take our music. Everything that's black, beautiful, and talented is being torn down and deteriorated because we attack one another. It's hard for a regular black woman to say, "You're beautiful." When you walked in the door, what's the first thing I said? "Hey, how you doing, beautiful?" We compliment one another with no attitude, with no cockiness. She can be as beautiful as me. We come in all different shapes and sizes. Okay? So, no, I'm just saying, I love her smile. She's glowing. That's her hair. Ain't no trash do this. These my plaits. This natural. Okay?
With the edges.
With the edges. Hashtag. So, learn how women to compliment other women. Learn how not to take from another woman. It's not bragging rights to be this so-called side chick. When did they become celebrities? Y'all got it all mixed up. Build up your black man. If he got to go out the door and deal with everything he got to deal with out there, and there's people trying to stab him in the back, when he get in the door, don't stab him in the chest. Don't give him no damn ramen noodle packets. On Father's Day, if he's a father, on Christmas, don't try to dress up the same pussy you've been giving him all year and be like, to die. Spend money on him like he spent money on you. Build him up and do for him like he do for you. We got to protect one another or it's over with. We want to be instinct like the dinosaurs. And I'm going to leave it right there.
All right. Big
drop.
bass. Cat Anonymous.
That's
Miss Charlene in the motherfucking building. My man, Exceptional Phoenix in the cut.
I'm still
Real Rap Talk
back there.
Podcast, man. We up out this piece, y'all.
Peace.
Peace.